Happy Sunday evening. Okay. Sunday night. Really, Sunday night. Happy Sunday night. I wasn't going to come on, but I was like, you know what? Let me do this video and get it over with because I've been thinking about it and then something else came up and I was like, you know what? Let me just put it out here. So if you don't know, it's your girl Sunshine here. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up and share my videos. Okay. So anyway, I posted a picture of a man and a woman. And then you seen another picture of Rymir. So allegedly, that man and woman parent Rymir. Okay. And now that man is someone that's extremely famous, allegedly, and we're wanting to know, is Rymir your child? Now, this man has been in and out the courts, okay, fighting Rymir's mom before she passed away, now fighting her godmom and him to do everything except for take the DNA test. But what you might not know is if he was to take the DNA test, then it could prove that he impregnated a young 15, 16-year-old girl, and then Rymir was created. This is all alleged. We're just trying to figure out what happened. We're trying to get some answers, right? The world wants to know. Are you a deadbeat parent? Okay? How? Because it's no way you could be a billionaire. Okay, got money out the anus. Okay, you and your wife, billionaires. And then you don't want to take a DNA test to find out if Rymir is in fact your son, even though he looks just like you? Strange, huh? I would say very strange. But anyway, okay, so folks want to know, are you Rymir's father? Now, this picture came out and I was like, I remember seeing this picture years ago or something. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's coming back out. So yeah, someone wants to know, okay? People wants to know, you out here doing interviews, why not do a DNA test to find out if this young man who looks like you is your child? We want to know. It's a yes or a no. Okay? It's as simple as that. You could do a DNA test. You can get a DNA test from the pharmacy. Okay? Okay. Yes. Anyway, this same person, okay, I seen on Instagram this weekend, right? A lot of videos being made about him and his wife. Now, when it comes to him, I saw videos of a lot of songs that have been remade by him, but he hasn't acknowledged the songs, allegedly. Okay, so this video went into a lot of his songs and other people's songs who came before him and made music, and it seems very similar, or in other words, it seems like he may have been taking a lot of lyrics that have been produced in other songs, putting a different beat on it, putting a little spin on it, and then calling it his own. And then folks are out here calling him the GWOAT. The nerve, okay? Because I remember, okay? Because the real folks remember, okay? I remember when Biggie was a hit. I remember when Tupac was a hit, okay? I remember how allegedly Tupac had made so many songs when he got out of jail and he got with Death Row. Allegedly, he had made a whole bunch of music. He was supposed to make a certain amount of records, and allegedly he did that in no time. So then when he passed away, one would think, where did all this music go that he had? Could it have been stolen? What about Biggie? Okay, allegedly Biggie and Tupac were supposed to be creating their own music label or something like that. Allegedly Biggie, okay, was going to have Little Kim, Little C's, them all up under his label. And then he got taken out, and then that kind of put everything on hold for them and their careers, which explains why Little Kim is out here looking like she looked, because she ain't had Biggie no more. Okay, she had to figure out another way. So I don't know, but in one of those videos that I was watching, it was talking about how Ice-T allegedly did an interview, and he was saying how the 99 Problems was his song first. And he said he thought it was strange that dude didn't even acknowledge him as the one who made the song first. You know, he just snatched up the song, took it and made it his own. And I mean, it's very similar to Beyonce, or the rumors, okay, about Beyonce snatching songs, allegedly snatching songs and using them as her own. It's very similar. So I'm thinking now, with that, this what that family does? They just been out here just swiping the dog people's songs and stuff. People's songs who are already on the record, who are already have made these songs famous. He uses the same lyrics, change up the beats, allegedly. But if you listen back to these songs, all of them, it's the same words, very similar. One or two words might be switched. The beat is switched up. And I'm just like, wow. I've never liked his music like that. It was a couple songs. Big Papa was Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin', probably Big Papa, okay? But anyway, but a Big Pimpin', a couple songs I like, but I never cared for this guy. If it was some reason, it's like, it's just something about some people. But just the fact that you out here snatching lyrics, like, and making it your own, and then people are calling you the GOAT. The GOAT of what? Of song snatching? Okay, lyric stealing? Allegedly? I mean, I wish I could post the link here. I'm going to try to post the link here and see if I could do it. But it was so many songs. It was song after song after song after song. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, people out here think this dude is it, okay? And come to find out, he ain't even it. Oh my goodness. He allegedly has taken so many people's songs. The Ice-T thing just threw me for a loop. Not only Ice-T, allegedly they're saying Bun B, of course Tupac, Biggie, and it was some other songs. But I mean, it was just going on and on and on. I was just like, wow. Crazy work, right? Crazy work. And he's out here portraying himself like he's all big and bad. Okay? All because you could steal a song and put a new beat on it. Like, what has the world come to? Okay? All this reused stuff that people take, make their own, and then publish out to the world as if they're creative, and really you are not creative. You're just a thief. Would it be thieving if you don't pay for it or even acknowledge the person, the originator of the song? I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all check it out for yourselves and see what it is. And then what's up with Beyonce in this picture of her sitting on this man's lap? Okay, so allegedly Beyonce was like 18 years old. She was in a studio. She was remaking a Michael Jackson song, and she actually got permission from him, which was shocking. But I guess you can't play with Michael Jackson, okay? You can play with him and snatch up his song, right? Because there's been rumors that Beyonce was out here snatching songs too. I remember him back in the day, okay? But so Beyonce was sitting on this man's lap, and they're alleging that this man is like a P star. P, substitute the P for the C, call it corn star. But they're saying, like, why would she have to sit on this man's lap? And I thought it was real strange too. But at the same time, I was like, well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, he asked her, she didn't say no. But I guess if he's connecting her to Michael Jackson, And if you feel like you're doing a favor, you're a young girl, why would you turn down that opportunity? And then it's alleged, okay, this is all alleged. I don't know these people, but it's alleged that her dad was there in that studio when that was happening. So if that's the case, then you're allowing your daughter to be pimped, okay, sitting on this man's lap. Okay, that's just nasty. It's real nasty. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about the picture because I posted it and then I didn't do a video to explain it. But allegedly, that is J to the Z, okay? And Rymir's mother, Wanda Satterwaith, I believe her last name was Satterwaith too. Because I think she had got married, but I'm not quite sure. I don't know. But that's Rymir's mom, allegedly, and Jay-Z. And allegedly, Rymir and his family believes that he is Jay-Z's child. And Jay-Z has done a lot of interviews, okay? And has not come out and said anything about Rymir and taking him and his aunt through all this court mess, okay? But I don't know. I don't know. I'm bringing it up because I just thought it was interesting that all these people who are interviewing him haven't asked about Rymir. Strange or orchestrated? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, we're in 2026. Anyway, in other news, a lot is going on in the world. I remember watching this video this weekend, and it was this girl, and she was talking about how Epstein was allegedly involved in creating a lot of AI tools that would like spy on people. And then I was like, wow, I just found out about the flock cameras. And then because I was, somebody brought it to my attention. And then I've been looking at a whole bunch of videos about these flock cameras that was produced by this guy. I think his name was Peter Thiel or something. And allegedly he worked with Epstein. And I'm like, wow, it's crazy. But these flock cameras are appearing in a lot of places, especially the state of Wisconsin. And it's a lot. The picture is one picture of the flock camera that's facing the pool. It's a lot of videos about the flock cameras facing schools. Now, if you don't know about Epstein and the whole thing, okay, allegedly he was a pedophile. All right, allegedly he liked children. Okay, allegedly he had connections with the person who owned the picture company that used to come and take the pictures for the children in school each year, and also the Scholastic book owner, the owner of the Scholastic book company. You know, you used to have book day, or what was it called? Not book day, it was book sale or something in the library, and you have a whole bunch of books and posters and ink pens and, you know, all types of little school stuff in there. You go in there and buy the stuff. But it's alleged that those companies were a part of like this X racketing ring. And so it's funny that someone just brought up to me about the flock cameras, because come to find out, I did a little research and the flock camera owner was working with Epstein. Now, if you don't know, Epstein go back years. Okay, Epstein goes back to like the 80s. Like him being around these celebrities and everything, that goes all the way back. I remember I told y'all, I seen a clip of, I remember watching it, a America's Rich and Famous or something like that, with the guy, the fat guy who used to do he used to do videos about the rich and famous, lifestyles of the rich and famous. That's what it is. The guy who was the host of that. I remember watching the clip of him interviewing Epstein, and I didn't know who Epstein was, but of course his house was fancy and everything. And I forgot what the host name was, but he was just telling the story about him and how, he had, I believe he said in that interview that Epstein had scientists working for him and he in his house and stuff. And it was like, so you got scientists working for you, you have a part in AI stuff, and you allegedly these flock cameras are kind of associated with you as well, and it's a lot of racketing going on with the S and with the D as well. Okay, did y'all hear about the people at Penn State? The supposedly, allegedly, the guy who got arrested, they said he was in one of the frat houses, like running the frat house like he was Escobar or something. Okay, was in there setting up, had a whole warehouse, but they said it wasn't on campus, it was off campus. But I'm thinking, if the frat house is associated with the school, wouldn't that be part of school's property? But of course the school's going to try to get out of that as any way they can. But I don't know. Anyway, the picture of the guy, to me, that guy looked like he's one of the deans or something, one of the professors. Like, why is this old guy in this frat house? And who is running the frat houses? So shouldn't the school be aware of who's running these frat houses? Like, is the fraternity not related to the school? I'm concerned. I want answers, because I thought the fraternities were a part of the school. But I don't know. Okay, they said he was pumping weight, okay? And then let's not forget the Skims truck that was found with all that weight. Okay, if you know what I mean. And the guy who was driving the truck got this little slap on the wrist. He got a little bit of jail time, got some money. He said he was paid to drive the truck. That's all he did was drive the truck. And they locked him up, and then they gave him the charge, but the charge was like it wasn't like a major charge, but they said it didn't have anything to do with the Kardashians, allegedly. It's a lot going on in the world. Not to talk about, also let's bring up the food situation. Did y'all see about the peaches? Okay, in California, they had all this land filled with peach trees. I believe it's from DEL, the fruit company that sells the cans and the fruit and sells the fruit in the cans. Allegedly, the Dell company had all this land filled with peach trees, and they cut down the peach trees because I believe Dell went bankrupt. So they cut down the trees and they burned all the peach trees. So instead of giving the fruit away to like the homeless or even schools, shipping it out to different schools to feed the homeless or whatever, you got peaches for days. But instead of doing that, you cut down the trees and burn them. And allegedly, they paid the farmers to stop farming. So I'm thinking, well, if the farmers stop farming, then how the hell you gonna get the fruit? But I guess if you think about it, this lab-grown meat that's going around, they just gonna give us lab-grown fruit. I just don't understand what we're living in. Like it just, I know a lot of people don't have time to think about what's going on in the world. You know, we're stressed with worrying about how, you know, going to work and trying to figure out how we're going to pay our bills and all, but it's a lot of serious stuff that's going on in the world. It really is. And I don't know, just stay woke. Just stay woke, okay? Just be on alert, okay? Don't be so trusting. Be careful. And don't let your emotions get the best of you. That's, it's easy to say and hard to do, okay? Because emotions, like, to control your emotions takes a very strong person, right? You have to train yourself to be able to control your emotions and handle that. But practice that, you know, practice that, because even though it's so much stuff going on in the world that's affecting us all, okay, like, you still have to, like I said, get up and do the things that's necessary. But if you strengthen the controlling your emotions part, then maybe, you know, you won't put yourself in certain situations, or you won't overthink things, or you won't just be so trusting. I'm saying a lot because, you know, a lot of young people are being found hung in trees. Okay? It's just so much going on. Anyway, you guys, I really just wanted to come on here and do a video about the J to the Z, Jigga Man, okay? And how he has been allegedly stealing all these artists' music. And he's been considered the GOAT. And we have a picture of him and this young lady. Allegedly, he was in his 20s. She was 15 or 16, and got pregnant by him allegedly. And, you know, he's not saying anything about it. And I'm doing this video because I feel like, I believe he's going to try to do something for Super Bowl. And I don't know, because it seems like him and his lady keep popping up as of recent, right? Keep popping up in the news feeds. And I'm thinking something is trying to tell them, no, sit down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you. First of all, I don't even watch Super Bowl. I watch the clips later on. I did watch for Kendrick Lamar. I watched that performance, the halftime performance. But before that, I hadn't watched the Super Bowl probably since like 2017. But anyway, I'm not a sports person and I don't claim to be. But y'all stay safe, okay? Stay vigilant. Is that the right word to say? Y'all know what I mean. Stay on point, okay? Watch what's going on, okay? When it comes to this food, just do your best you can do. You know, it's affecting us all. Oh, another point I wanted to make real quick. I almost forgot it, and my phone's gonna die real soon. But also, I saw something that was talking about how allegedly Epstein was working. No, not Epstein. Elon Musk allegedly was working to get to, I believe it was Elon Musk. I'm gonna take that out. It wasn't Elon Musk, I don't think. Allegedly, it was in the works to have a blackout for like 18 months or something for like USA, like a blackout for 18 months. And then, you know, Gary, Indiana is going through that whole blackout. They don't have any electricity. It looks like the crews are up there trying to get the electricity started. They said, it's been reported that they have got electricity in certain places, but the majority of places they still don't have electricity in Gary, Indiana. So people it's like dark because they don't have lights. They don't have a way to keep their food fresh. They don't have a way to cook their food, unless they have a gas or charcoal or whatever. But anyway, so I guess it was a couple years ago, it was in the works to, it was reports saying that the USA was going to have this blackout for 18 months. And to me, when I hear stories like that, I always know that's when something actually happens like that, like in Gary, Indiana. It's been 2 weeks. They haven't had lights. It's a blackout. To me, it's like a practice. What do you call it? Like a practice or something. Like, let's do this, like a project. Let's do this, see how these people will survive, see what these people will do. I feel like that's what that's about. Because to be without power for so many people for 2 weeks, and they can do something to help it, but they hadn't, like, that's super weird, right? Don't you think? Don't you think something strange about that? So yeah, I feel like that was a practice for that. A lot of times when stuff, we get information like, say, The Simpsons, right? Something to play on The Simpsons, and then later on, years later, they'll say, oh, it was predicted. Was it really predicted? Or was it a sign, or was it someone telling you exactly what's to come? Because if you create something and then you make it happen a little later after you create it, is that a prediction, or is that you actually doing what you said you was going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, y'all be safe, okay? Protect your loved ones. That's all you can do. All right. And make sure you watch my YouTube channel, because I talk about a little bit of everything over here. All right. Make sure, okay, y'all like, share, and subscribe my videos. I'll be back with another one real soon. Okay. Thank you for watching. Peace.